Welcome back to the 198 Productions Summer of Arcade Reviews. This week's game is called Galaga Legions, made by the same people that made Pac-Man Championship Edition. Now this is a new stylized version of Galaga with new mechanics. Now let's see how it holds up in the... Okay, so with the gameplay, there's not just left and right movement anymore, which is cool because it's a totally new type of way of playing Galaga. You can use stationary turrets and place them wherever you want, so you can kind of survive without like an enemy sneaking up behind you or on your sides without you being able to do anything. Now this is new and cool, but I don't know if it's fresh enough to keep the gameplay very interesting for a long time. With replayability, the thing is there's only 5 levels and 5 levels only. So don't be tricked by the fact that there's 2 modes. They're the same levels and everything. This championship mode is just for basically high scores, and if you only wanted to play one level, there's only single player. I mean, that's really disappointing. It's like there's a menu and then there's just one thing, single player, to press, and that's kind of makes you feel ripped off that there's no multiplayer at all, not even switching off multiplayer like classic arcade games. There's absolutely nothing. You'll just have to play levels over and over again, mainly because in adventure mode it gets really tough to beat all the levels in a row, which I guess is good, but it's still kinda boring to just play the same levels over and over again. Alright, now presentation is also kind of a gripe of mine, because it just seems kind of generic and like too spacey, with like the girl voice in the beginning telling you what to do. And then there's also these weird backgrounds which are cool when they're spaced, but when they are just kind of, there's sometimes like random pictures of like red like lines. It's just kind of weird that way. And I also have a problem with the default skins that the ships have, but thankfully they added a choice of skins like vintage and super hardcore, which are my 2 favorites because the original is just too weird looking. Though the presentation is nice at the fact that the menus are pretty slick, and that there's just hundreds of enemies on the screen at once, and that's really cool that the game has that. And with achievements, there's not also a lot like unique going on here. There's one where you have to deploy 0 satellites and be in an area. Same goes with not dying in an area. But everything else is just basically beat a level, clear an area, and then clear it again in adventure mode. So nothing too amazing with achievements, and I think they could have been more unique, but oh well. In the end, I'm gonna have to give it a 7, and I'm gonna tell you, don't buy this game because there's just not enough there to keep you hooked for a while, and I think you should just get Pac-Man Championship Edition or something like that.